Hi friends of the Buffalo Naval Park, Shane Stevenson, Curator, Director of Museum Collections, and today is the first real winter storm here in Buffalo. It was 60 degrees on Christmas Day, so we certainly didn't have a white Christmas, but now, today the wind has picked up, the water level has risen, and the most up-to-date information, which I did just before I came on today, was the waves are about 3.5 feet. Certainly the Buffalo River has risen probably 3.5, 4 feet. And the wind is steady at about 26 miles per hour with gusts we've peaked so far at about 63 miles per hour for gusts as well. The Little Rock has been moving, side to side. Her draft is 25.5, 26 feet. So there's probably, when we get the water coming into the Buffalo River, she does float. A lot of the time she is into the riverbed, a foot or a foot and a half. But on days like today, she raises a little bit. Probably there's a foot of space between the keel and the riverbed now, and now you can feel her floating around a little bit. So ultimately, I think this weather event, we're supposed to get, some parts of western New York are supposed to get up to 3 feet of snow. The city might get 1 foot of snow. It's not really collecting. It is a little bit onto the ground, but not much. The breeze down here on the waterfront is so breezy that it's just not seeming to settle. Okay, but if you take a look, there's a lot of banging going on as well. It's subtle on video, but when you're standing in front of her, you can really see the movement. And again, using the river wall, that's up pretty high. The croaker, a good example of the water level is the brow. Now I raised that brow last night when I left work, and it was about 3 to 4 feet off of the deck. So now you can see it's actually hitting the deck. And we did not lower it at all today. As Brendan and I were talking, we heard a bang and we looked up on the Little Rock, and I'm going to show you one of the watercraft booms released in one of the gusts. So we're going to have to take care of that. See the boom swinging right there. It was tied down this morning. Alright, but one of the gusts broke the line. You can see it swinging right there, maybe. Alright, we believe she has enough clearance and she won't go too far, but we're not going to let her swing out across the main deck. Also notice the SPS 43. She's not moving, but she's rattling. You might be able to hear that. So there's a little movement left and right. We're not too worried about it now, but we are going to have to put that on. We'll put that on a to-do list just to make sure that it's stable on the SPS 43 platform. So for the Sullivans, in preparation for this wind and snow event, we we've worked with various companies, and we redid the lines, the mooring lines. Gave a little slack, but not too much slack, and they went they and we went through the whole ship and we buttoned up every single hatch and every single door. We have the heaters going in the engineering spaces, the two fire rooms, the two engine rooms. I've been told that that is now a nice toasty 60 degrees in there, which is exactly what we want to prevent any ice buildup if anything happens during the winter. So if we keep it at 60 degrees, we don't have to worry about that. We've had people down below all week long, and in lieu of dry docking and that money that we are short, this is the plan that we have moving forward. Right, and we've also, as we've probably mentioned throughout the year, we've been changing out the rubber gaskets of the doors and the hatches, and so all of the rubber has been replaced. We've chalk tested it to make sure that it's sealing, and so everything's dogged down, new rubber gasket material to seal, and so we feel as of right now we're in a pretty good spot for any of this wind and weather event that we're going to get. So we do have to worry about the boom, the watercraft boom. All right, the SPS 30 back there, that's been rotating a little bit, right, that right there. But that's been rotating for years. But again, the SPS 43, I'm a little worried about. Okay, well, hopefully you're sitting in some nice weather, but we know that I've talked to our friends at the Grout Museum District, Iowa. They've gotten hit. Certainly there's been other parts of the country as well, so hopefully you're safe and sound, as ultimately we are as well. Aha! Again, quite dramatic when you're standing in front of it, but the last of the thin skin boats is moving quite rapidly. She's all buttoned up on the inside too. The watertight doors are secured, leading from compartment to compartment on the Croaker. So we will see you again soon, and that's the update for today. Depending, maybe I'll come back tomorrow and do an update, or we'll just give you one on Monday. Thanks so much, everybody, and stay warm, and we'll see you again soon.